Hi, welcome to Maths at Quarks. We're given that p is a prime number and p is greater than 3. We're asked to prove p squared minus 1 is divisible by 24. Pause now if you want to give it a try yourself. Before we get started, let's take a look at the notations we will be using. When we say an integer a is divisible by an integer b, we note it as this. For example, we have 6 is divisible by 3 and 4 is divisible by 2. Similarly, when we say an integer a is not divisible by an integer b, we note it as this. And we have 5 is not divisible by 2 and 7 is not divisible by 4. Alright, now we are clear about the notations. We will prove this in 3 steps. First, we prove p squared minus 1 is divisible by 8. Then we prove p squared minus 1 is divisible by 3. And finally, we can prove p squared minus 1 is divisible by 24. Let's get started on step 1. We know p is a prime number, and it's greater than 3. So we know p is an odd number, which means p can be written as p is equal to 2m plus 1, where m is a positive integer. With p equals to 2m plus 1, we can calculate p squared minus 1 as the following. And we will get p squared minus 1 is equal to 4m m plus 1. Noticing one of m and m plus 1 must be an even number. We then have m plus 1 is divisible by 2. With the two conclusions we obtained previously, we now have 4m m plus 1 is divisible by 8, which is equivalent to p squared minus 1 is divisible by 8. Now we're done with step 1, and let us move on to step 2. We know that p minus 1, p and p plus 1 are 3 consecutive integers. Hence, their product is divisible by 3. And also remember that p is a prime number, which means it's only divisible by 1 and itself. Because p is greater than 3, it's not divisible by 3. Now we know the product of p minus 1, p and p plus 1 is divisible by 3, and p is not divisible by 3. Hence, the product of p minus 1 and p plus 1 is divisible by 3, which is equivalent to p squared minus 1 is divisible by 3. Now we're done with step 2, and let us move on to step 3. Step 3 is actually pretty straightforward. We have proved p squared minus 1 is divisible by 8 in step 1, and it is divisible by 3 in step 2. Noticing that 3 and 8 are coprime, then p squared minus 1 should be divisible by the product of 3 and 8, which is 24. And hence, we have p squared minus 1 is divisible by 24. Done! Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.